I'm tired and I have a headache. Anyways, well, I'm gonna keep this video shorter than the previous ones that I've done, because one, I'm tired, and second, I have a headache, and three, because DDLC releases tomorrow. But I also making a few adjustments to my my gaming setup, if you can even call it a setup. Let's see. We got a computer, then little TV that I'm basically using as a monitor. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I bought a mouse and whoops. I bought a mouse and I bought a mouse and a keyboard, and I decided to do this because it's actually a good quality keyboard, unlike this piece of membrane trash. Get that out of here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. What? I do not know what language was that, so don't judge me. Well, anyways, we're back to Doki Doki Blue Skies, but this time we're going to be here for just a little bit. I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing is just sharing the poems, and that's it, because I'm too tired to stay here for a little while. But let's just see how it goes, yeah? Anyways, where did we leave off on? Yeah, so we were doing a poem. But, I mean, I really got to keep up with this. Oh, and yes, the reason why I decided to make a video right now is because DDLC Plus releases tomorrow, so I have to play that as soon as I come home from the gym. Let's get started. There it is. I never get used to this. Let's see. We're going for Yuri, so let's just go with Yuri. Yuri seems the most expected, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion after all, to be fair. Ooh, Yuri's eyes seem to sparkle as she reads my poem. My goodness, this is unparalleled. I think that might be too much. Forgive me if that didn't sound sincere. Yuri's face covers in her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. God, she's so adorable. Don't sweat it, Yuri. I just wasn't expecting you to hear such a compliment from you already. I see. Yuri clears her throat. Well, I just wanted to say, this is truly an impeccable poem. Yuri glances down back at my poem. So I assume this isn't your first piece. Am I correct? Your composition is incorporated a lot of beautiful poetic devices and imagery indicative of an experienced writer. And I hate to disappoint, but this is kind of my first time doing this sort of thing. You're joking, right? I shake my head. If I ended up writing a good poem, it's totally confidential. I'm afraid. I see. Well, in that case, I think you got a wonderful gift. Although, if you would like, I could offer you some advice for your future poems. Yuri's eyes light up as though she's looking forward to this. Please do. I need all the help I can get. I just noticed a few qualities consistent with newer writers that showed up in your poem. Perhaps what stands out the most is where you tried very hard to make the structure of this poem your own, and that's okay. But if this is the first poem you've written, it might be prudent to consider more traditional structures, couplets, sonnets, haiku, and like. If you're not confident with your writing style, it'll show in your piece. It's like Yuri is a totally different person when she gets going. She's also incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly. Again, it's not your fault. I think that once you study poetic structures and techniques a bit more, you'll be able to put together a truly wonderful composition. I appreciate the feedback, Yuri. It sounded like you're well versed in this sort of thing. Would it be okay if I took a look at what you've written? Oh yes, of course. Please let me know what you think. I'll be thrilled to explain my process. Yuri smiled extremely, as if this was a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? I can't read handwriting. Funny thing, these little tunes, every time they show you their poem, it resembles their theme. Okay, let's see. Tumble, hail falls down like discarded dust of overused emotions. Drag down blankets made of wants. Slender string pierces my eyelids, barely painful and pulls them shut. Let's see. Barely painful and pulls them shut. Even so heavy. I think I've misplaced something. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to try to fix something. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today. Yes, this is pretty much her. Oh god. I never get used to this. I'm sorry if I'm writing is a bit illegible. Once my pen touches the pen, I just want to get my thoughts down. It's fine, Yuri. I was able to read it just fine. I wasn't thinking that at all. Are you sure? It seemed to take you a while to read it. Well, I guess I don't see cursive often, but it's really nice when I do. Your writing is quite pretty. Is that so? I'm glad you think so. I mean, it made your poem stand out even more as well. It's as though your handwriting fits your word choice, or vice versa. It wasn't too short, was it? I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since this is the first time we're sharing, I thought it would be easier to share. That makes sense. Do you mind telling me what it's about, though? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I didn't mean to write something confusing. Oh no, it's not that. I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly. I see. I suppose from a cursory glance, it might not be obvious, but part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image with your words. Well, on the surface, it might seem a bit out there if you look a little bit deeper. You might be able to find deeper meaning hidden amongst the lines, compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in this poem aren't meant to be taken at face value. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost to the past, and the sense of plaintive longing that comes with it. Huh? That's pretty impressive when you put it that way. You really think so? That might be a bit much. No, I really meant it. I think I can learn something from your poetry, Yuri. Really? Yeah, of course. You know, at first, the prospect of sharing my writing was terrifying, but I'm really glad I was able to do it. Hopefully, I can write another piece that you'll like, Mello. I look forward to that, Yuri. That was an interesting conversation. Now. Best girl. There she is. Oh god. Your face is this. You said this is your first poem, right? Yeah. Why? It impressed me, especially for your first poem. Maybe this is really the place for you. Oh, come on, it's not that good. I mean, it's not like I'm used to writing poems or anything. But thanks, I guess. Don't be so hard on yourself, Mello. Everyone has to start somewhere. You're already off a good start. Anyways, I guess I can show you mine now. Don't expect too much though. I'm not very good at this. Only one way to find out. Dear Sunshine! Oh no! Oh no, I remember this one. And this tune suits her perfectly. The way you glow through the blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, God. Oh God, I can't. This is... I remember reading this poem for the first time in the original game. And it really explains how clumsy Sayori is. Well, what do you think? I hesitate as I answer. It's not that it was a bad poem. In fact, it was great. I'm just really inexperienced with poetry, especially feedback. It's really you. It's really you. What's that supposed to mean? As in, the poem just really reminds me of you. It made me feel really good inside. Really? Yeah, I had no idea what to expect, and this is the first time, and this is my first time reading your poetry. But the way this was written, I don't know, it feels really wholesome and cheery, like you are. I also really like the last line. Trust you, all of people, to include breakfast in their poems. Hey, I was eating it when I wrote. And the reason why she was reading it when she was eating it, when she was writing it, it was because she forgot to do it last night. Sarah started speaking immediately, and as if she accidentally let something slip. Oh, so you wrote this poem this morning? And no. Well, maybe. I forgot to write it last night. Well, at least we know where your inspiration comes from. Eggs and toast. Well, I suppose it sounds silly, but it works. And it isn't silly. Either way, thanks for showing me your poem, Sayori. It was really good. I'm happy you think so. Anyways, next time I won't forget. Tomorrow's poem will be even better. I'll hold you to that. Now up next, Tsundere. I mean, obviously she's gonna give me that look. You know why? Because she hates Yuri's writing style. Mello, if you're actually not gonna try, then you're better off just leaving the club. Jeez, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Wait, I'm not sure who this was. I'm not sure if this was Yuri or Natsuki, but one of them decided to like read back at it because they thought it was good. Why should I? This is just plain bad. Hey, do I look like a writer? This is my first ever poem. Yeah, it's probably garbage, but I tried. At least I tried. If you're so confident, let me see the poem you wrote, huh? Ha ha. Typical Tsundere. Hard to think about? Oh, fine. Sorry if you were offended. Way to avoid a direct apology. But next time, at least try a bit harder. Nowhere to go but up, eh? Yeah, sure, whatever. Just read my poem. Knowing you'll probably hate it. Sometimes, I think I'm not sure if this was from the original, but this either it's because I played through this mod or because this is from the original game. And this really suits Natsuki because quote unquote cute. Sometimes some folk are winners, some only lose. Some are go-getters, some only cruise. Sometimes we try hard and we give it our all. Sometimes we give up. What else can we do? I really can't remember if this is from the original or from the mod or both. Told you you'd hate it. Actually, I like it. What? Don't just say good because I'm a girl. I'll be honest. What? No, it has nothing to do with just being a girl. I genuinely like the poem. Really? Yeah, it's simple, but it's pretty effective. Finally, someone who gets it. People in high school think poetry has to be so formal and vague. But they don't realize that simple writing is just as effective, if not more. The reader shouldn't have to search for the meaning. That's just stupid. Besides, the simpler the writing, the more emphasis on wordplay. Like how I made most of the lines start with some. Yeah, I noticed that. Maybe the last couplets seem more powerful. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Well, good job then. Ha! Didn't expect that from the youngest of the club, did ya? You're probably like you're probably on your first year of high school. So, didn't expect that from a youngest club, huh? Youngest in the club? Yeah, I guess not. Now it's time for Don't worry, she's actually good in this mod now. Hi Mello. Hope you've been enjoying your time here. Yeah, definitely. I probably sound like a broken record right now, but everyone's been really welcoming. Well, a broken record isn't so bad when it plays something so nice. I guess so. Anyway, since you're new and everything, feel free to bring up any questions or concerns you might have. It's my duty as president to make sure everything is perfect. I have to say, you've been doing a good job of that already. I doubt that I'll ever have anything to complain about. Either way, I'm always open to new suggestions for the club as well. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. She says that, but it's gonna be a bit intimidating to try to criticize Monika of all people. I really don't think that there is going to be anything I'll need to speak up about either. One of the other girls could probably say something before I ever needed to. Natsuki definitely would. Now that's out of the way. Feel like sharing your poem with me? God, I remember her doing this pose in the original game, and God. I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matters, do I? You shouldn't be thinking like that. Yeah, I was just joking. Kinda. It's alright. I get that it's probably really awkward for you to share a creative work when you're just a beginner. Especially since the rest of us have a bit more experience than you do. That's an understatement. Don't worry though, we're not gonna learn embarrassed today, you know? I don't think many people out there share their poetry on a regular basis, but it's the sort of thing that you get used to pretty quickly once you get it over with. Yeah, that's true. I hand my poem over with a sigh. Don't grade me too harshly. You'll be fine. I watch nervously as she quickly scans through my poem. Good work. Mela. Oh god, really? You can lay the brutal truth on me if you want. You don't have to be so harsh on yourself. This is your first time writing poetry, isn't it? That it is. It usually takes a while for people to become completely comfortable with their writing, and even then, they're constantly evolving with their style and changing things up. I guess that's true. Either way, you shouldn't have high expectations of me. If you don't, my poems will be seen better than actually put some effort anyway. I muttered that last line half jokingly to myself, but it seemed like Monika still picked up on it. Ow! Uh-oh. God, this face, like when she's staring you with this face up towards the fourth wall, is scarier. Mellow? That's not very fair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. More importantly though, you should have faith in yourself. Sorry. Anyway, about your poem, this shit was deeper than I expected out of you. You just don't understand what a troubled genius of my angst written mind. That might have been so. I guess we have two troubled and angsty geniuses in the club then. You're talking about Yuri, right? You wrote it in a style very similar to Yuri's. Her writing is full of imagery and symbolism, while Sayori and Natsuki like to use simple and direct words to communicate their message. Yuri likes to use complex diction and syntax to allow readers to derive their own meanings out of it. In other words, her vocabulary and sentence structure are usually quite involved. Yeah, that sounds like her, alright. It might be a bit tough to understand writing at first, but what seems opaque actually has a very deep meanings behind it. Yeah, the theme of Yuri's poem were definitely hard to even figure out. She sounds like the sort of person an English teacher would love. Don't worry, Mello. If you just give her writing a few reads through read throughs, I'm sure you'll find that they're far from incomprehensive. So you say, are you sure my writing is similar to hers? I think it's an understatement to say that I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up doing a lot of different things before I settle on my own style. And I'll still take a while. It'll still take a while before I'm completely comfortable sharing my poems. That's pretty fine. In fact, I'd probably be more surprised if you immediately started writing with your own style. Most people go through the same process that you're going through right now. Trying new things is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you after all. Anyway, when you talk to everyone about it, naturally they'll be a bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. After all, I know I am. But don't force yourself to write in some way just because someone else wants you to. I gotta admit, that's pretty smart. I gotta admit. You should try to focus on what you want to do. Feel free to ask me for help at any time though. I try to be as objective as possible when I talk to people about these topics. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have this to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Anyways, the dude is always on duty as club president, eh? Oh, let's get reading then. The box. Oh no, not this one. God, this actually has a huge meaning. It's about breaking the fourth wall. The box. I see, but I don't believe. A lone fingerprint glistening or on glimpsing glass. Was it me? Was I always the one in the dark? I pound on the glass. My prison. Why me? The pain jolts me back. The understanding pouring down like heavy rain. It's all a farce. My heart's on display. My life's but a script just playing away. My life's but a script just playing away. Let that sink in. The world out there has seemed so bright. It was so free, so many choices, so much potential. Maybe I could have had a chance. I realize now that there was never a choice. I was stuck in this box, and they on the other side chose for me. And they on the other side chose for me. Let that sink in. I don't quite know how to say this. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. I definitely got a certain kind of feeling from reading your poem, but I'm not sure how to put it into words. I can understand that. Just try to articulate it however you want. You can use metaphors outside of poetry, you know. Well, when you put it like that, I don't know. I'd say your poem is just kind of abstract, very vague at least. Like I can't quite tell what exactly you're talking about, but even so, I can feel what the speaker is feeling. Yeah, I think that describes my poem very well. Hey, really? I do like my metaphors. Well, you'll probably be hard pressed to find a poem without a metaphor. Actually, yeah, they're pretty well covered in English class at least. The ability to convey emotions and concepts through words describing things, even the writer might never have experienced before. I find that really powerful. When you write metaphorically, it allows the reader to focus on the emotions in the poem. I guess it kind of opens up to the reader to have their own interpretations. Exactly. It's fascinating when people can diverge from the creator's original intent to find their own meaning in a work of art. Yeah. What was your original intent then? I think it'd be more fun if you try to figure it out yourself. Don't worry, Monica. I already knew. I already knew. Well, I don't know about now because you're not self-aware, but I know what your poem means. That just makes me more curious now. Maybe I'll tell you one day. But for now, Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or anything for that matter, you get too fixated, or how you say that, on a specific point. But if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. So the best thing that you just force yourself to get something down on the paper and then tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Damn it! So just move your hand and write whatever's in your heart. Easier said than done. I get what she's trying to say though. It's better to look back down on your work with fresh eyes after you've gone something down sometimes. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. And that's it for today because I gotta do some editing. Well, anyways, we'll leave it off there. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys are actually willing to stay for the series. And that's that. I'll see you guys in the next one.